Welcome back, viewers. You're watching the Savera. I'm Shefali. Two Indian-flagged liquefied petroleum gas carriers that recently crossed the tragically vital Strait of Hormuz are expected to arrive at ports in Gujarat today and tomorrow, according to officials from India's shipping ministry. The vessels Shivalik LPG tanker and Nanda Devi LPG tanker were granted permission by Iranian authorities to transit the narrow waterway amid heightened tensions in West Asia that have affected maritime traffic and raised concerns over global energy supply chains. Officials stated that the tanker Shivalik is scheduled to dock at Mundra port in Gujarat today, while the second vessel, Nanda Devi, is expected to arrive a day later at Kandla port. Both ships are carrying large quantities of LPG, a key cooking and domestic fuel widely used across India. Providing details of the development, Shipping Ministry Special Secretary Rajesh Kumar Sinha stated that the two vessels have successfully crossed the Strait of Hormuz late at night and were now proceeding safely towards Indian waters. He explained that the ships together are transporting approximately 92,700 metric tons of LPG, which will be unfolded once they reach their respective ports. Sinha further informed that the safety of Indian seafarers in the region continues to remain a top priority. According to him, there were 24 Indian-flagged vessels operating west to the Strait of Hormuz in the Persian Gulf region, and all of them were being closely monitored. Following the successful transition of Shivalik and Nanda Devi, 22 Indian-flagged ships remain in the region, carrying around 611 Indian seafarers. He emphasized that no untoward incident involving Indian crew members have been reported in the previous 24 hours. The movement of these LPG tankers come at a time when geopolitical tensions in the Middle East have raised serious concern about the security of shipping lanes in the region. The Strait of Hormuz is widely regarded as one of the world's most important maritime choke points. Nearly one-fifth of the global oil trade passes through this narrow waterway that connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. Any disruption in this route can have far-reaching consequences for energy markets and global trade. India, which imports a large portion of its crude oil and gas from the Middle East, has been closely monitoring developments in the region. To ensure the smooth flow of energy supplies and the safety of Indian ships, the government has also been actively engaging in diplomatic discussions with regional stakeholders. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar recently stated that India has been maintaining direct dialogue with Iran to help facilitate maritime movement through the Strait of Hormuz. In an interview with the private media channel, he said that New Delhi believes that constructive engagement and coordination with Tehran remains with the utmost effective way to resolve issues related to maritime access. Jaishankar indicated that these diplomatic efforts are already showing positive results. He cited the safe passage of the Shivalik and Nanda Devi tankers as a practical example of how dialogue and cooperation can help ensure continued navigation through the crucial waterways. However, he clarified that a formal or blanket arrangement for the passage of all Indian vessels have not yet been finalized, and permissions are currently being granted on a case-by-case basis depending on prevailing circumstances. Meanwhile, the presentation of India's Supreme Leader in India, Abdul Majid Hakim Ayahi, also indicated that Indian ships would continue to be allowed to transit through the Strait of Hormuz. Responding to questions during an interview, he affirmed that the Iranian side has been making efforts to facilitate the passage of certain Indian vessels through the strategic waterway. He added that Iran's diplomatic channels, including its embassy in India, had been working to ensure that opportunities were created for Indian ships to cross the strait safely. The successful transition of the LPG carriers have therefore been seen as an encouraging development for India's maritime and energy security at a time of heightened geopolitical uncertainty. Officials in New Delhi have said that the situation in West Asia is being closely monitored and further diplomatic engagement that continue to ensure that India's shipping route and energy supplies remain secure. That's all for now in this update. Stay tuned to the Savera, download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.